Racing Louisville FC defeated the Chicago Red Stars 3-0 at SeatGeek Stadium on Saturday. Ebony Salmon, Yuki Nagasato, and Savannah McCaskill recorded goals in the win for Louisville. Kickoff was delayed by 2.5 hours due to severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings in the area before the two teams were able to take the pitch. A messy first half between the two clubs never looked particularly ideal on either side. Both teams understandably played down to the waterlogged conditions with a slick pitch and a heavy ball which never allowed either team to truly settle into a rhythm. Chicago spent significant time in the final third, trying to combine and connect on passes during the opening 20 minutes, though never particularly looked dangerous outside of a shot from Vanessa DiBernardo in the 33rd minute which hit the post. Louisville opted for a different approach, spending less time on the ball, and playing physical and more direct, with the payoff coming in the 38th minute, as Cece Kaiser connected with Salmon to score the opening goal against the run of play. Both sides continued the second half with their initial starting 11, as Chicago attempted to hunt for the equalizer in the early minutes of the second half. Any momentum they picked up was quickly squashed after Danielle Colaprico picked up a second yellow for a bad foul on Nagasato in the 55th minute, and Chicago continued to play out the match with 10 players. Nagasato immediately scored Louisville's go-ahead goal off the free kick following the Red Stars' dismissal. Louisville continued to take advantage of a deflated Chicago side and scored a third goal in the 62nd minute as Lauren Milliot served a ball into the box to a running McCaskill. The goals from Nagasato and McCaskill came against their former squad, as both players were traded from Chicago Red Stars ahead of the expansion draft with Louisville in exchange for full roster protection for Chicago. Red Stars defender Casey Kruger spoke in post-game on her former teammates. "Yeah, it was tough. They were both such a big part of this team and brought so much. So it was definitely not easy playing against them, especially again, when we're used to playing on the same side," said Kruger, "but great to see them doing well. It just sucked that they scored on us," Kruger said. Both sides made additional adjustments into the soggy match after the 3-goal deficit, with Chicago making all 5 substitutions by the 76th minute, still struggling to connect as Racing ultimately won the match with the 3-goal scoreline and clean sheet intact. The loss for Chicago is their second consecutive, and bumps them out of the playoff positions in the top 6 of the league standings. The team will now be without key players out on international duty for the Olympics, as Alyssa Naher, Tierna Davidson, Julie Ertz, and Casey Kruger will be out with the U.S. women's national team after Week 6 NWSL action. The win for Louisville takes them up into 5th place on the table with 10 points, and the side will have the added benefit of having their roster mainly intact as the Olympics approach. They will face the Portland Thorns on July 3.